Now, next important task for us is to be able to identify a web hosting provider or the provider which is going to provide us with the web server where we are actually going to install the WordPress software. I hope you remember that so far we have only downloaded the WordPress software and we have not really installed it, because the right place where the WordPress software actually gets installed is the web server. Now, the web servers are machines which are provided to us by hosting providers, and there are a few hosting provider companies that you have. There are quite a few hosting provider companies that you have the option of going with. Some of these important ones are companies like GoDaddy, Media Temple, DreamHost, and these are the ones that I know. WebFaction, which is a very excellent web hosting company, and then there are hosting companies which provide you hosting on the cloud. So let me briefly outline some of the important things that these hosting companies are going to throw at you, and that will help you decide and make up your mind. One of the most basic kind of hosting we can get from any hosting company is called a shared hosting. Shared hosting is where a hosting provider has one machine, and on that machine several users have resources or their websites located. So several websites are located on one single machine, and that is why it is called a shared hosting environment. This is one of the cheapest options that you have available when you go to a web hosting provider and ask for some hosting space. The next kind of hosting that you have is what is called a virtual private hosting, or a virtual hosting, or virtual VPS, or some places this is called a virtual hosting, and I've come across many ways that these terms are meant for are provided to us. What this does is that a hosting provider has one machine, and on that machine they run several virtual machines. A virtual machine is like a machine which has been made out of software. So two machines will not be able to share the same space, and nothing, and it is more secure. So your data cannot be taken by the other virtual machine and so on. Whereas here, for example, it is one machine, and in one machine several websites are hosted. So if somebody was to access one website which has been hosted on this machine, they can also get into these other websites or web directories and folders. Whereas in this kind of a machine where there is a single machine in which several virtual machines have been created, each virtual machine is logically separate, not physically separate from the other machine, and your website lives in your own virtual private machine. Another person's X, his website lives on another virtual machine, and another person Z, but they're all located physically on the same machine. So this is the second kind of hosting you can get. The third kind of hosting that you can get, which is more expensive, is what is called a dedicated server. And dedicated server is a machine where the whole machine is provided to you. The whole machine is provided to you for your own purposes, and you know that your website's very big and lots of people are going to be accessing this website, and so you require a machine of your own. So this is the most expensive option that you can get. Well, actually there is another final option which is called the cloud, and I have a separate course where I'm going to teach you how to use the cloud, and especially the Amazon Web Services or Amazon Cloud, which is a very useful set of hosting that is made available to now practically everybody, and we all can create our own private machines. We can have load balancing, we can have our own IP addresses, we can have our own DNS configuration, and many things. So practically not only do we have our own private machine, but we can actually have our own web farm, so to speak. I can create my own web farm on the cloud, and this requires a lot of effort in understanding clearly how to go about it, but these are the three basic ones that you will have by default, and most web companies, hosting companies, will provide you with this option. So I would recommend that for starters, let's go with shared hosting. This will suffice for the kind of learning that we are intending to do. There are quite a few ones that you can go at. There is GoDaddy.com. There is DreamHost.com. And if you have your own choice, then feel free to go there. I will give you an example where I have created an account with GoDaddy and I'm going to host WordPress off GoDaddy. So go ahead, sign up for a hosting account. You're looking to sign up for a hosting account. You will also need to have a domain name that they will ask you to have. So you need to buy these two things. You need to buy a domain name and you need to buy a hosting account. You can buy these from one of these companies like GoDaddy or DreamHost, and then once you have this, then we can start the process of actually hosting our WordPress software on these machines.